Hey folks, Tim here from Rockout Videography again, and today we're going to be reviewing the Behringer BEQ700 bass graphic equalizer. So, we're going to talk about why you might want a bass EQ pedal. We're going to talk about the quality of this one, and I'm going to demo how I use it, so stick around. Alright, so just why would you want to use an EQ pedal on your bass? You've already got a tone knob on your bass guitar itself, and your amp has probably got at least 3 tone knobs, right? You've got a low, a middle, and a high. Well, by using a graphic EQ, you can specifically address certain frequencies, and this can help you to sit better in the mix. This might also help when you're recording. The sound engineer might have less work to do, and it might also help the board op at a live performance so that your instrument sits in better with the other instruments in your band. It could help you get kind of more specifically what you want out of your tone for your bass, and you could use it as maybe a volume boost if you're soloing. I don't know how many bass players do that, but some of us do. And it can also sort of help you to get a different tone effect. If you're wanting different tones in different songs, let's say there's a certain part of your set where you want more highs or more lows or whatever it is, by hitting the stomp switch you can do that. Now, EQ pedals have been around for guitars since at least the mid-1970s when MXR introduced the MXR 108 and the MXR 109, I think they were. Alright, let's review the specs and the features of this particular pedal. This pedal has a 7-band graphic EQ, and a lot of people believe that it's a clone of the Boss GEB7 that was created back in 1995, and it makes sense. That one also has 7 sliders and the same frequencies and volume output. But the Behringer pedal is about $100 cheaper. Now let's talk about why this pedal is probably cheaper. First of all, the case and most of the parts are made out of plastic. Here on the right side, you've got a 1/4 inch instrument input and a 9-volt DC input. On the left side, you've got your 1/4 inch instrument output. Inside the pedal, they're using printed circuit boards, which is not a big deal. That's the way most electronics are made these days. If you've got a problem with that on your pedal, then you're going to have a problem with your phone. It also has plastic parts inside if you look at the input and output jacks and so on. The one thing that I don't like about these Behringer pedals is the way that you access the battery. So let me show you how you do that. You'll notice that there's 2 little pins here where the hinge is at for the switch. You need to use a pen or something and push them in one at a time. As they pop out, you'll see that the switch plate comes off and you can see the battery in there. I'm always nervous that I'm going to break this stuff because it's made out of plastic, but to be honest, I've got 2 Behringer pedals and so far I haven't broken any of them. Alright, let me demo for you how I use this pedal. I'm playing my Squier Classic Vibe 50s P bass with flat wound strings, just to be different, because any other demo you hear is probably going to be round wounds, right? I'm going directly into a DI box. From there, the signal is split to my Zoom L8 recorder, and it's going to a wedge monitor. I'm not using any kind of compression or EQ other than the pedal, and you're going to hear some of the sound from the wedge monitor coming through, and there's going to be some room sound. And that's the kind of stuff that we're listening for when we're using an EQ pedal. So that's okay. That'll be a blended signal. All right, here we go. That's the bass, just with the EQ flat. Now this first frequency right here, the 50, that's really, really low. And usually that's probably where you want your kick drum to sit. So I would usually bring that one just all the way off, right? We're doing a low cut right there. Seems kind of weak. Well, right here at 120, bring it about right there. That's a good frequency to boost on this pedal. If I were mixing in my DAW, I would probably be putting the bass probably closer to like 80 or 100, but that's all personal preference. Now, when you get into the 400 hertz, This is kind of where you get your woofy, boxy, mid kind of stuff. So I'm usually going to knock that down a bit. And same thing with 500. That's not really a frequency that I like on the bass. Now, at 800 hertz, again, everything is personal preference, but I kind of like to boost that one just a little bit. Right? And then normally I'm going to leave probably the 4.5K alone. And then I don't need any of this 10K. I'm just going to knock that all the way down. So here, let's turn it off. All right, so here's the thing to remember. Everything I just showed you, that's my personal preference of what I'm hearing in the room right now. That's pretty close to the way that I've had it set. You may not like the tone that I just got out of this thing. The point is, it's got enough specific control for you to get what you want, and in your room or venue, it's going to make a big difference. So there you go. There's a demo of what the pedal sounds like. All right, so here's my final thoughts on this pedal. First of all, because it's so inexpensive, this is a really cheap way to try an EQ pedal and see if it's something that you like. It may not last as long as a more expensive pedal like the Boss because of being made out of plastic and the way the switch is. But in my case, it's not really a problem because my board just sits on top of my amp. And honestly, I'm just using this pedal on all the time like all the rest of my effects. If you are using the foot switch frequently, yeah, you might wear this thing out quicker, but right now they're going for like around 30 bucks, so that's not a lot of investment. I've been using it on my board for several months now, and I like what it's doing. I find that I can set it differently depending on what bass I'm using, and again, it's making things, I think, easier on the board operator at live gigs. For recording, it's definitely creating less work for me in the final mix. So, there you go. I hope that you guys found this video entertaining and informative. As always, I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. That can help us reach our subscriber goals. And hit the like button. Both of these things tell the YouTube algorithms to promote our content, and that allows us to reach more people. Well, there you go. Thanks again, and I hope you guys have a great day.